Hi, my name is Viv Moran, also known as Black Flowers Grow on Instagram. I'm the host of Gente podcast, OMG podcast for short, which you can find us on Instagram. And I will be talking to you about mental health. Beacon Media is doing a segment on mental health awareness. Since I can remember, I've always dealt with depression, but what I've realized growing up that my depression comes from PTSD of the traumatic childhood that I've had. I haven't had the best relationship with my father, which is the main source of my PTSD. You know, my relationship with my mom is good, but sometimes not good. You know, we don't have the best communications, and because we don't communicate properly, we clash a lot. What I do to help myself, you know, I try to be very spiritual. I try to pray and meditate, but sometimes the PTSD shows up from like nowhere. I could be watching, you know, movies, family movies. I could be watching father-daughter moments. I could be watching mother-daughter moments. And from there, it makes me really emotional. Sometimes I get anxiety, I get flashbacks. The flashbacks give me anxiety, and that's the part that hurts the most, because I guess one really doesn't just get over things like that, especially when it comes to childhood drama. For me, I feel like it's still there, which is why I don't talk to certain people in my family, because they remind me of those things. Because we don't have the best communication, I'm not able to just talk about it and let go, which is why it's always there. You know, PTSD is just not something that you can just get over. And because it shows up a lot in my life, I don't have the best communication with people. You know, you learn to love, you learn how to deal with different types of relationships from your family, and because I didn't learn it properly, I often find myself in bad relationships, bad romantic relationships and bad friendships. With romantic relationships, because I don't have the best mental health, I don't have a good self-esteem. I always second guess myself. It opens up the door for people to take advantage, because I'm not communicative with how people hurt me. People take advantage. Recently, I've been, you know, letting go of the past relationship that I was in. It took 3 years of my life. I was gaslighted and manipulated, and because of that, my perception of reality completely changed. I often blamed myself for everything that was happening, and because of that, you know, little arguments that I have with different people reminds me of what happened to me with the, you know, last relationship that I was in. And because of that, I definitely completely shut down. And I've tried going to therapy. I haven't had the best of luck with therapists, but I do appreciate the DBT programs that I was in. They gave me these worksheets that helped me have better communication. some of the exercises I definitely do try. When I feel myself getting very anxious, or when I find myself in another argument, I try my best to take a step back and think about what I just said or what is going on, so that way I help myself not go back. I think that the best thing that you can do for yourself is definitely get help. It is okay to see a therapist for whatever it is that you're feeling. It's okay. It's okay to cry. If you don't trust going into therapy, keep a journal. Your journal could be your therapist is not going to answer you back, but at least you'll have something where you can let go of what you're feeling. You can read back, later, but just write it, because sometimes that helps me too. I try my best to write everything that I'm feeling so I can, let go, which has helped. I try to listen to music that soothes me. I try to listen to music that pushes me to let go. I have been trying to let go of relationships that are no longer good for me. The best thing that you can do with yourself is be selfless with yourself. If you find yourself in relationships with people that call you selfish because you're no longer around, then those are unhealthy relationships. If you're not good with yourself, you're not going to be good with anyone else. And that's what I've been trying to do. I've been getting back to my spirituality because I found that being spiritual definitely helps you with your mental health. When I was in my early 20s, I looked into Buddhism a lot, and meditation and doing the hymns and the prayers, and that definitely helped center myself. When you center yourself, it's like you have a better perception of what your problems are. And when you know what your problems are, you are able to let go of those things. Anxiety for me is sometimes it becomes so unbearable that sometimes out of nowhere it comes. I could be walking down the street and sometimes I feel like I can't breathe, and it feels like you're choking. So what I try my best to do, even if I'm walking in the street, I try to let those tears out and try to breathe. I count how many times I breathe because that also helps me. I try to listen to music, and with the music I start to count, and that counting definitely is very big for me because it helps me focus on those numbers. It helps me focus on the words to those songs, and I sing along to those songs because it helps me let go of the anxiety. When you shift your focus to something else, for me, I feel like it helps me, let go. So again, I can't stress this enough. The best thing that you could do for yourself and your mental health is to focus on you. It's easier said than done. Believe me, I try every single day, and I am definitely a firm believer of when you focus on yourself and you make sure that you are okay, everything else will fall together. Try to definitely love myself, which is easier said than done. I try every day to love myself. I try positive affirmations, which sometimes helps. Post-it notes. Write your affirmations there. Put them on the mirror, because that definitely helps. It takes an extra 10 minutes to maybe put some makeup on, and by makeup, some mascara, some lip gloss, because sometimes that helps too. You know, our own perception of beauty is also part of our mental health. Sometimes we don't see each other. We don't see ourselves the way other people see us. And that has a lot to do, you know, with self-esteem and mental health. It has a lot to do with depression. It has a lot to do with PTSD from always being told, you know, you're not good enough, or you don't look good, or you're ugly, or you're fat, or you're too skinny. So with that, positive affirmations help. You know, it's okay to take an extra 10 minutes to put some mascara, some lip gloss on, chapstick, brush your hair. You can start there, because I hate brushing my hair sometimes. Sometimes I hate getting up in the mornings, and that's my depression too, where I feel like I don't want to do anything today, you know, but getting up in the morning and taking that shower, that's a start. Looking in the mirror and saying, you're beautiful, you're the bomb, things are gonna go great today, putting out positivity out. That's how you start with fixing your mental health, and that's how you start with self-love, throwing those positive affirmations out there. I want to end this video with letting everyone know that you are loved. Maybe nobody tells you this daily, but you are loved. You're an amazing person, and you can do anything that you set your mind to. All you need to do is just get up, take a shower, look in the mirror, and tell yourself how much of a bomb-ass person you are. Anyways, follow us, follow Deacon Media, follow Unique Being, follow Daniel Coronado, follow The Plot Twist, follow Oye Mi Gente podcast. We have new episodes coming up, so stay tuned.